How you all doing? Ralph here, Ralfy Customs. Time for another vlog and a quick catch up after my weekend away. Won another trophy, bless it. So that's fucking happy days. And let me spin you around. There are three of our lads, three of the Knots lads won trophies on our run at the weekend. So fucking big love to everyone, especially the lads that put it on, and everyone else that won anything on there. You know, fucking great. What a wonderful weekend.
From Knots, come on, Chief, let's hear it. Come on, Ralfy. How is she? Well done, mate. Welcome home. Top job.
I'm trying to work away at getting these available to sale, for sale even. I might eBay them. Give us an idea. Give us how do you want to get one like? How would you do it? If you want one, let me know. If you don't want one, let me know. Put a comment below. We'll see what's what. Next on the block, we have our Richards little XS650. I will not use the term bobber. That's it. So he's got his little rigid XS650 with a Norton front end. It's almost like a little British bike, but it's got a Yamaha engine in it. He's changing the petrol tank. This one's split. Passed me another choir boy. And he's going for one slightly larger, but we need to alter it. And also, we need to replace these rusty wheel spacers for ones in stainless, and the same with these stack of fucking washers that he's got mocked up. I guess I'll call it mocked up because I like him, but I think he fucking actually did it like that. No, I'm only joking. So we mocked up them gaps, and I'm going to make them out of stainless. Same in there. There's a couple in there that could do with replacing in stainless steel. So that's all good. And then we are going to alter this tank because the top engine mounts on that are going to catch this tank, because it sits a bit deeper. So that's that for that, you know. We've got to chop this out as marked pretty much, and then weld it back up and put the right mounts on to match what he's already got, and then hopefully that'll be all right, and it'll be a good replacement for the one that's on. Like I say, hopefully it will sit right. It's not a chance to actually mount it because it's this head steady. Look, you probably can't see. It's this bracketry both sides, and he needs that, and he made that, and he's really happy with that, and he's keeping that. So there you go. So first up, we're going to strip the back wheel out. We'll take the spindle out. I'm not going to take the wheel out. Just got it just hovering. Look. So I'm going to take the spindle out. I'm going to measure these spacers and stacks of washers to see what we need. Here we go. It's just back from Ministry of Transport test, MOT, as we call it over here on the old cow. No worries. You can get it a month early, so they run every 12 months. This has now got 13 months MOT on it, because I'm getting ready to go to Europe. So we want to get our papers in order. Papers, please. Papers, please. Alright, back to reality. Your son's on crack, and your daughter's got nut stains on her back. Right, so I shot off quick, because the weather for the rest of the week is absolutely fucking diabolical. And it could get me in quick at the MOT place. You've just seen a picture of our Steve, like, bless him. So, job done. I'll get this stripped out, and we'll go from there. What I've done, working from the left to the right, I've made my measurements against these stacks of washers that we're replacing. That just happens to sit there, but we need to make one of those as well in stainless. And we know that I need 20mm bore, 35 or 36 OD, it's not that important. 1/8mm thick or long, thick on the outside, then a 4mm thick one on the inside, and then on the other outside, a 12mm thick one to do that. I don't know why he's got different. I might do him 10mm and 10mm. I'm guessing he wants it like that to use the thread and the cancellation of that is why he's done that. And 2mm might throw his fucking thread into the hole here, like, but I'm gonna have a look at that because I think there would be better being even. Like I say, and then make one of these in stainless. Now, the problem what I have got is that we've done an old mother oven, haven't we? So we've gone in the fucking my meagre, because the price of materials has fucking skyrocketed. My meagre store for such things, for engineering type materials. We've got EN24 for wheel spindles and such. There's a bit of 24 there as well. This is all EN8, this chunky stuff. That's really good for it, but it could rust it. We've got aluminium, which is really good for it, it won't get rusty, but we need it harder. Leaded, which is great for machining, but not good for what we want. And finally stainless. And I ain't fucking got any. I ain't got any. I ain't got none, as people say. I ain't got none. So, yeah, I've looked. I can't fucking, that's inch, or 25. And this is fucking a lot bigger, and I'm struggling. So my engineer is coming down tomorrow morning because he wants to use Robbie the robot here, the old Jetstream fucking blaster, to waft some bits that he's just made, and he's going to bring me 2 inches of 38mm round stainless to make those spacers and accoutrement out of, which means we can get on with the petrol tank, can't we? So to get that filler off there if I fucking can. Somehow. Hear the wind. If you can hear the big shutter rattling with the fucking wind, it's proper. At the end of the day, is out there. Hey. What's going on here with this shit that's in there? Now, I've told him that he needs to strip it out and seal it up and all that, you know, which he's very capable of doing. I'm not doing that. It's not on my brief. He's happy to do that. He wants to do it himself. And what I'm going to do is check these marks as well, because I want to make doubly sure that if we're going to cut it up, we need to cut it up in the right position, don't we? So let's do that. So we've checked and we've balanced and we've come the same, out the same both sides, and the same here. We've squared across and all that, and we've tried to follow the line inside with 20mm down from this edge it is, but I can't get in with a pen. So we'll have to suck it and see with that. And all I'm going to do is go around it with the old cut-off blade, like the old chops are all fucking. So I won't bother filming that. You don't need to see me struggling to cut that. But I'll get all my PPE on. All my PPE, that and a pair of gloves, like. And we'll have a slice down and a slice down, cut across these corners until we reach this line, and then hopefully I can get in. Kind of something like that. I might have to switch to die grinder with a smaller cut-off disc or something, not sure. Not 100% how we're going to get that, to be fair, but I'm sure we will. Oh, hey, that's left a mark. There you go. So that's them bits chopped out and cleaned up best I can. I can't fucking get right in. I can't get right in to clean the paint off. I'm going to have to endeavour to get them a bit cleaner, and I'm going to have to endeavour to get this side a bit straighter because it's buckled up like I can't see when I've cut it. The other side's right as ninepence, so I think we'll put that down to manufacturing. And there's the bits that came out, look. And I think it's full of red oxide paint and rust by the looks of it. I think the inside's gone rusty and been painted with red oxide. If you can peek in, it's quite it's rough. It's rough in there, let's put it that way. So it doubles my recommendation for a prep and a seal. Don't think this is going to work. I've tried it on. Don't think this is going to work because the tank now sits lower than the old one. Obviously, because we've cut these out, it's a taller tank is the thing, and we've dropped it down like so. That's right in the fucking way. But by the by, we'll sort that next. What I'm going to do now is go over to my antique guillotine and cut 2 strips of this off that we're going to form our section out of. Now, look at this, eh? Ain't she a beauty? So I'm just hoping, beyond all hope, that we can get a clean cut. I can't film myself doing it because I need both feet on it and needs all of me pressing down on it to make the cut. Righto, so we've cut those strips and we've bent them up with our little hand former there, little hand brake for thin skinny stuff. And what we do is we feed one in. Look, we try and feed it in. I can't do it one-handed and this might need trimming up, but we feed it in so this edge is inside this edge, and then we can fuck about, knock it about and get it in shape. It's a right burr there, I nearly hurt myself then. And then this top edge I've made a bit too long, so we've got a bit of something to fuck about with. And we can get a chisel in here and knock this down to push it and pull it and get it square and all the rest of it. Like we're about square there. You can see it. Hey, you can that end. So we're about square this end. And that whole square look, and then we'll just put an offcut in like that and draw around it, trim it up and weld it in. But I'm not going to leave the seam there, that's going to go. So I'll get a few tacks on once it's beaten down properly where I need it. Once it's knocked in shape, I'll get a few tacks along it and then take it off, take that top right off. Yeah, and go from there. So with a bit of manipulation, a little bit of fabrication, a bit of tacking, just general sheet metal work that is, and that'll get us where we need to be. Righto, so you can probably hear the compressor thundering away in the background because we've been using a plethora of air tools to fettle up the one that's been welded. So I can show you partially finished. I've still got the caps, these little squares, look, to weld in the ends. And finished, which is as ground up as it needs to be. Can't get in to get everything flush, but that should be fucking peachy by the time it's all been filled and sealed and sorted and everything else like. So I'll get this side done, and then we'll go look at fitting the mounts, which not going to be easy, and what we're going to do about this, which I'll probably have to correspond with our Richard, see what he wants me to do about that. Righto, so with that done, and the channel cut away to fit over the engine, top engine steady, head steady, engine mount, don't know what you call it. I don't know if they had them as standard. I'm guessing he had something there, like, because he's put that on to what's existing, so no idea, to be honest. I'm not that familiar with the old XS650. Surprised it needs it though. I mean, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 of the mounts. There you go. Maybe they vibrate like a cunt. Right, we can look at these now. Look at these mounts, which is the bit I'm not sure about, to be honest. what I normally use is backbone and flare it to fit and so on and so forth. So I'm very tempted to do the same, but I don't know how strong these tanks are. Failing that, I'm going to get a bit of flat. I think, which is what this is. This is flat that's been formed over the top tube, so I might do that. Let's see. So we've opted for the using a bit of flat method. Yeah, it's going to go under there and be formed, but we need to get the shape on the end. So we're in. If you know what that is, not the drawing on it, the shape of this bit of cardboard, the cardboard aided design that I'm holding. I'm just about to fucking cut it up, basically, to use to trace around the end on here. So I've got something to go off like so. That'll go on there like that, isn't it? Right, and I say them look like 2 tombstones, don't they? 2 gravestones. On the standard, not the standard, on the OG one, we've got a big hole, look, because Richard's used a bit of rubber pipe. I'll show you. Okay, hold on. Alright, a bit of rubber pipe, a bit of oil line or fuel line or something through the holes. We're going to replicate that. We're going to do it the same, but in order to mount it properly, before I weld these onto the tank, I'm going to just drill them out to this size. Yeah. And then I can bolt them to the frame. I can bolt them where they go on the corresponding places on the existing frame, and then drop this tank on top and then tack them on while it's on the bike. Otherwise I'll be trying to work out how far apart they need to be in the centres and all that shizzle like. So I reckon that's the answer. I'm not convinced that it's going to be high enough. I think it might foul here and there on stuff, so we might have to elaborate these mounts a little bit, but we'll see. I know with having the rubber tubing, it don't sit hard on the frame like, so it lifts up a little bit, and that might do us. That might just fucking do us. We'll Righto, so we've got a pointer in, look. Just get that straight. Not very good. Not very good doing it with my right hand, missus. Get that straight enough. And then we line it up with the centre mark in the job like. Now, I've measured these bolts and they're 8mm. So, in fact, they're just under 8mm. They're too big for 5/16, which should be 7.8, or they might be actually. But they look like metric to me. Either way, we can get in there with the fucking straight in with the 8mm bit like. So we've got them both clamped in so we don't get no rocking on the vice jaws this way, because we've got nothing, you know, if that were empty like, they could piss up, and stood on parallel, so should all be fucking golden. And give it a bit of auto feed, then we'll see how she goes, Captain. Move my coffee out of the way, look. We don't want no forfeit that this morning. Thank you very much. And that, meowed, is all she fucking wrote. So we'll move along to the next one and do exactly the same. Righto, so with those shaped accordingly, look, and the hole drilled in them, we're going to use a bit of backbone as a former to shape these corners, bend these sides round like, but this stuff is tough as fuck, so I'm going to have to use the hot spanner on it. So look, we'll get the torch lit and we'll go from there, look. So we'll give it a warm. We don't want it to bend any further than where this is low like, you know, that's the flat bit, and we're going to take it up here like. I hope we can get it done, because I've just checked I'm about out of acetylene. See what we can't do. Failing that, we might have to put it in the press like if we have to do it towed. But I think we'll be ready. So nice and warm. Yeah. Do a little look at. Nice and warm. so on and so forth, I reckon. That's going to do it a treat. So as long as I don't run out of fucking gas. We'll just keep working our way along it like that. Now we'll get the other side a go. I can't really grip it any tighter in the vise. So we'll try and get it warmer so it goes better. Yields better with a bit of more warmth in it, like. How's that looking? Not too bad. I reckon that'll do it. That'll clean up nice now. Just sorted. Happy days. So, with those cleaned up, that's fitted permanently to the frame, that bit of leather. Anyway, with those cleaned up, we've bolted them in situ. We're going to offer the tank up. Now, I think this will be the hardest part of the job because I think it's going to be tricky to get bang on level, but fingers crossed, it will just drop on there and it will sit dead central on these mounts and everything will be square, everything will be cool, everything will be small. You can see me in the mirror, I don't know if you can see me. Happy days, let's see what's what. Right, well, it fucking did work, didn't it? Good enough for a tack on, so we had a quick tack, and I mean a quick tack. I don't want to set fire to the bike. That'd be a bad day, wouldn't it? We'll get it off quick. Over to the bench and get it welded up proper. And then we can drill those holes out to the size for the rubbers, can't we? If you recall. Fucking hell, it's heavy when you got one hand on the job. So, yeah. Happy days. We'll get them welded on. Oh, yeah. Super duper. Well happy with that. Okie fucking dokey. So, that's the tank back on its mount. How it should be. Cutaway's doing the job. You can't really see properly, but there they go. The only foul is this where the petrol tap comes out. I'm going to suggest moving it to here. So it misses this tappet cover. I'm guessing that is. What's this? The original one is a little brass number long. That will probably sit nicely in that gap if we weld it in there. So that leaves us with these lot. I'm looking forward to this. So we've got one of them to make in stainless, and we've got this assortment of stuff to make in stainless. I can't get my head around why there'd be a difference, why one's 12 and one's 8. As he had it set up, that 2mm don't make fuck all difference. Do them 10. 2 at 10, 2 at 14, 35 OD, 20mm bore, and one of them please. Now, Brian, Mr. Douglas, my engineer, God rest his soul, he's still alive, I don't know why I said that, has dropped me off some fucking stainless steel in 38.5, inch and a half, isn't it? It's fucking, yeah. 1 inch 516 thou. So we'll have that machine down to 30, what did I say? 35. I'm going to go 36, I think. Let me double check what size these washers are and whether it matters a fuck for this thing, for that thing. See? Yeah, that is smaller. That probably is 35, that thing. I'm probably thinking I'll uniform it up and do it. Oh, yeah, 35, that is, look. But these washers are 38 on the money. 37 point, squeeze it like, 38. So, we'll clean that up to 38. Oh, here we go, look. I've turned my tip round, got a brand new cutting edge in the old SWPRVSP thing. Don't know what it is. Answers on a postcard to the usual address. We'll get Old Faithful fired up. Yeah. Do a bit of tonning.